by Dr. William Amzalog. So I'm going to share a few things with you. This concept calls 90 days plan, because sometimes we think what we can do in 1 week or 1 month, and but if we create a real plan, this one is 90 days, where you can do 60 days or you can do 120, it doesn't matter. But if you have a line, a guideline, it's easy. And if you also pass this to your team, I think it's can be also funny, and also some kind of competition between all the team, because everybody is doing the same. So if you ask someone on your downline what is going on with these 90 days, or someone on your upline, everybody knows what you are talking about, because everybody is doing the same. Also, just before I forgot, I have a lot of information and slides about this 90 days game plan. So I can share with you. So I'm going to start with this first slide. So imagine we are at the airport, and you are ready to go somewhere, and it's raining a lot. It's like raining. And what the pilot will do when he have the green light to go is slow and steady wins the race. Everybody knows that this is wrong. And imagine that you are in a plane, it's raining. When the pilot gets the red light, the green light to go, what he needs to do is full power, right? It's full power, because after the clouds will be always sunshine. What I mean with this is, we are in the moment. Some people here are in countries that are completely brand new. Some of them are even paying the price to be at beginning. I give the example of Albania, because everything is so brand new in Albania. Is not everything ready. They don't have all the products yet, but they are paying the same price that I paid a little bit more than 2 years ago in Portugal when I was starting. The website was not in Portuguese and so on. But that was the best thing that happens to me. That was really the best thing that happens to me, that I had to pay that price. And after some time, if you do that full power and you put yourself in a good position, I can tell you right now that at this moment I'm still traveling a lot. But the reality is, after 2 years and a few months, I know that I'm working less right now than I was working 1 year ago. 1 year ago, I was working more and I was winning money, less money than right now, because I was building. Right now I keep building, but I'm much more relaxed, because whatever, if I decide to stop next week, a full week, I turn off my phone. I don't talk with anyone. I just post something in the Facebook that, oh, I'm sick or whatever. If I decide to do something like this, that I will not do it. But if I decide, will not affect too much my commissions, because there's a lot of people in my team right now. They are working and go for their own goals, not for mine. They don't care about if I'm going to win or not. They just want to win themselves. So the point of this slide is, if it needs to be done, do it now and do it fast. Like when people say, oh no, we're going to start slow, and then we see, yeah, when they wake up, there's already a lot of people on the top, and then they will find another excuse like, oh yeah, they get lucky or something like that. So about this 90 days plan, you also can find on the GoPro of Eric Ward. But like I said, we have a lot of information about this, so you don't need to read all the book, because we'll spend some days to do that, and it's better if you recruit people on this period. So in 1992, I have some examples here and at different times, because sometimes people say, okay, but he did this in US, in Hungary or in Albania or in Turkey is much more difficult. So we have results. Facts, this is real facts that you also can search about this, that happens. So in 1992, Eric Ward went from $10 a month, because he was starting on this industry, to 9,800 after 1 year with this program of 90 days that I will explain a little bit more in the next slides. And also he did it again in 2005, and for 83,000 to 7 million a year in the next 6 years. So all of this is facts. Eric Ward, as you know, or most of you, I think, know, is a very famous right now in the industry, as training, as organizing events and a lot of stuff. So and he starts this business like this, as a distributor, by the way. Also, Art Napolitano did the same. I think this was something like 2006, and he did the same with the 90 days plan. So he went for 600 people, and after his 90 days plan he start to win 5 million a year. And again, these are people that you can search these names. Is a fact. And another one, this I think this one is from Hungary, which is not a rich country at all. And actually, I did my 90 days plan also focus in two countries. I did in January, between January and March this year, and I prepare the end of the 2016, but we really did as a team between January and March. And one of the countries that we were more focused was actually Hungary, which for people that from Romania that are here, Romanians and also Ukrainians, the situation is very similar to this. Actually, also Romania is not a rich country as Ukraine, so the situation is the same. So the point of this is not about, okay, we find that immediately excuse like, okay, but Eric Ward did this in US, and US is a rich country, and I'm just find the excuse to myself to don't do it. And by the way, the countries where Jeunesse is growing right now more, I can give you some examples. One of them is Mexico, which is not a rich country at all. Other one is Philippines, and if you go to the global sales of Jeunesse, you will be surprised with the countries that are growing more versus last year. So also this Attila did the same, and he had 1 million people on his downline on Amway. Also, he's a old-fashioned networker, but also did the same program. So, about these 90 days, it takes some sacrifice, and that is the reality, because you need to be really focused to do this. But if you really have your goals, set up wherever they are. If you want to, I don't know, better life, traveling, get married, get divorced, it doesn't matter. If you have your goals, if you have that good reason, because you can do this business like kind of do it but not really, like you do sometimes you don't, or you can focus really and you pay the price, and that price can be 6 months, 1 year, 2, and then it change. Whatever happens in your life will be changed forever. So it's very important on the goals. Number one, what you are doing for this, what you are ready to pay the price, what you will be ready to sacrifice. Sometimes maybe don't spend too much time with friends. I did this myself, so I know that is not always easy. I forgot my sister's birthday, by the way, in January. What do you want? If you want to go to a new ranking, if you have a team goal, you want your team to be the first exploding in one country. I give again the example of Albania, because there's a lot of people from Albania. There were other people from Albania in Jeunesse before this team, but most probably will go much faster because they are more focused, or not. I hope they are. Also because you want money. You need money, for your life, new car, whatever, on vacations, or you just want to feel, just your ego. You just want to feel like, I'm here, I have recognition, I'm going on stage, the company call me to be on this event, they want me to give my testimony, whatever. So, and it's very important that you need to believe that this is possible, right? Because people that achieve things, every time I had the opportunity to talk with people that I was looking, maybe a few years ago, like, oh, this guy, every time I had the opportunity to talk with them, what I figured out is they are normal people, completely normal, really normal. Most of them look they have no idea. If you ask some questions about details of the business, even the back office, they don't know. I give you the example of my upline. My upline is Double Diamond, and he's direct of the number one in Jeunesse, and he doesn't know how to sign up a person in Jeunesse. That's the reality, because he's focused on completely different things. So what I mean with this is, you need to believe that I'm going to do this, whatever it takes. I want to have, $20,000 a week, a month, or I don't know. It doesn't matter. So if you really believe this, you can do it. And it's very important to, before you start to do this, actually we are at the end of the month, so it's we have a good moment to start between 1 of the June and until 31 of August, and then you go on vacation in September with some really good money on the pocket, so it can be a good option. It's very important that you prepare before you start. I think if you fail to prepare, you are preparing yourself to fail, right? So actually, you can see here November and December because I used this in the webinars last year. During this period, I was preparing, sharing with the people what I'm going to do. So I give you one example. Sport teams, you can see sport teams prepare for the championship game. So I give you one example. Before the national championship starts, they do friendship games. I don't know if it's the word. Before the real competition starts, they do some games to train to see how the team is responding. So the power, if you say to someone that, hey, I'm talking to you right now because I'm going to start this project, and I'm going to start. Imagine 1 of June. So I want you to be part of this project with me before I start. I think is have a different impact. And if you say to someone, I'm doing this already, so you want to join, because people like to be on the winner cycle. If you say, hey, I'm going to start this at the same time with you, and we're going to do this forever, whatever it takes. We're going to sleep together if we get tired, and we because we were in Skypes and whatever, or we're going to go to the coffees together, to meetings, to cities, whatever. I did this together. So I'm giving this example because it's important you sometimes check on people. Just call someone on your downline, because if you are in different countries like myself, I cannot be with people all the time. So sometimes I just send a voice message on Skype, on WhatsApp, or just call him to just check on him. So how are you doing? To see how is going on. So I start this, as you can see here, in January 1, beginning of January. Let me see the next slide. So like I was saying, it's very important that you talk with the people that you really want to do this, and make them feel like special. We're going to do this together. We're going to work in the rankings together. We're going to create a goal right now for me, for you, where you want to be 3 months from now. So I just give you one example. For you to start this 90 days plan. So imagine you already have a few people sign up on your team, as example, like 5, 10. So in this example, you have 10 people on your team. So your downline is 10 people. It doesn't matter if you sign up the 10 or you just sign up 5 and they sign up the rest 5. So you have 10 people on your team. So if you tell them that they need to talk about this same plan that you are doing with them with 5 more people, when you start, imagine on June 1, you already start with 55% with the same mentality, with the same goal. So I hope you understand this part. I think I can explain again. So imagine it's you and these 10 people on your team, and you talk with them, and all of them, they don't need to do the same as you, 10, but imagine that they just talk with 5. So the mathematics is simple. When you start on June 1, and this is important, then let me go to the next slide. So again, this example I have January 1, April 1, because on the April 1 we plan also this with the events. Every month one event, Skypes, every week meetings, whatever is necessary. So, and if you want to go a little bit more professional, imagine that you create like tickets that you can sell for €1 or whatever, or you just don't sell just to create something to them have on their hands. So imagine you start with 20 people on your team and you. So if everybody do the same, when you in January you will have 220 people for a training, just a meeting, and we are talking about people that are doing the same plan than as you, and again the duplication of these people. If you do it again, imagine in July and another training, so you can have 2,000 people, 2,200 people, and so on. And imagine at the end of August or beginning of September, we set up a big event. Of course, we are talking a lot of people here. 22,000 people is a lot of people, but and this is not going to happen this way because not everybody will do what you want. But the plan is, if only 10% of this becomes true, you have 2,000 people, 2,200. Or even only 5% becomes true, you have 1,000 people. So I give you the example, and I think maybe I have here on the next slide, I hope. And this 1,000 people, let me just go back on the other one. And this 1,000 people is very important, that come only from you, start from you, because you talk with that 10, and that 10 talk with 5, and this is just build for the events, build for the event. So that means that the first meeting you do about this, you will have 55, and that 55 we are just talking about build for the event. So imagine that you have 3 months from now, each one of you, 1,000 people in one room that starts on you. So that will happen with us in Budapest in April 1. So about this 90 days, there's a lot of things that you need to do. One of the things is massive action. You need to wake up in the morning, like really wake up in the morning, not at 11 or 10, and do everything you can do, like contact direct people, give cards, send emails. All of us have a lot of emails that probably from years that we don't know. We create an email, we send. We contact people on social media, whatever, and in the pharmacy, in the supermarket. It's about creating noise about this. And also you do weekly meetings. If you are starting, you say, okay, but I cannot pay the rooms every week. Just sit in a lobby of a hotel or McDonald's. It doesn't matter. In the beginning, we just need to be creative. Think about, what can I do? Just if it's sun, sit everybody on the park. So you do just like a picnic. Doesn't matter. Do something. I think in this moment, the opportunity is so big that we don't need to think about big productions. We just need to do something. Figure out, I can be good taking people to the park. So I'm gonna do a picnic meeting on the park at 4 p.m. It doesn't matter. It works. If it works, it's all good. Also, all meetings, one-on-ones, about these webinars. About webinars, this room of webinar. Just hold on, I need to drink water. Sorry. This webinar is paid. So this webinar is not for me. It's for everyone that is on this webinar and wants to use. So you can use. We just need to create a map to make sure that are not two people using it at the same time, because it doesn't work. But you can use this webinar to do your own trainings, whatever you want. For the ones that really want to do this, and I really advise you to do this. It's not because you don't know how to do it. Some of you, I know that you know how to do it, but if you have like a rule, you don't like, okay, today, you know what, it's sunny, the sun is so beautiful, I'm going to relax today, and that could be the day that you find the person, because one person changes everything, as you know. So we have more details. I have more details. Sorry, we can talk about this. And also I have some ideas, someone that, okay, I'm doing full time. Okay, so just this 90 days, you really need to do this like crazy. And even if you need to talk with your family, because they will think like, this guy is leaving home early in the morning and, it's just on the phone all the time. So you need to tell them, maybe, in my opinion, hey, I'm going to be a little bit out for the next 90 days because I love you. That is the reason, because I know all of you are sick of me, so I want to create my story and live from your home if you live with your parents. And this is also very important, because if you do 100%, your team will do 80. If you do 80, your team will do 50. If you do 50, your team will do 20. So again, you need to be the example. Because if you are saying, okay, let's work like 10 hours a day or whatever, we're going to do this then, and at the same time you are posting pictures on Instagram and your team is having a meeting and seeing that like, what the hell? So it's important that we walk and talk in the same direction. Again, about this event, we can have some ideas here. If you really want to do this, it doesn't matter if you are in Albania or in Portugal or in London or Ukraine, Romania, it doesn't matter. If you really want to do this, we can organize this with events that people knows that they are inviting people, they are talking with people to this event, and we can create the dates and everything. So the most you are ready to do this, more ideas and more things we can do as a team. And that's it. This will not be like this all the time. So I mean, if when you do one push on your business like this, uh, even if you need to do a 90 days plan for your team 1 year from now, 6 months from now, what the people with a lot of experience that did this in the past advice is to do this in 1 2 times a year, never more than this, because if you really do this, it's not easy. That's the truth. So, but if you do one time like crazy, like this is the moment I'm opening the country again, people, especially in Portugal, in Albania, that's nothing going on, or almost nothing going on. If you are really open the country, make sure that someone else from other place just decide to sign up 1 week from now or two, and after 6 months is on the top, and you'll see like, oh, I was here first, but I was busy sleeping or going to the zoo or something. So when you do this, just don't miss my point. Sorry, because sometimes I talk too much and I lost myself a little bit. Once you do this one time, even if you do it again, is like the plane after takeoff, then it goes there, you don't feel the turbulence, you just relax in there, you usually fall asleep, because it's like maintain, you need to do right now. If you guys decide to do this 90 days, I'm ready to talk on Skype 15 times a day if it's necessary, with different help, whatever you want to do to help you to prepare these presentations or PowerPoints or translate whatever you need. But it's not the same for me that I'm going to try to contact all the people and sit all of them and take 20 coffees a day with them, because I'm doing to try to sign up my directs, to try to have my first executives or pearls or jades. This moment, the reason my business really in the last 3-4 months was because of this, because I was in that situation like Emerald. I was okay, really okay, but when you become diamond, it's another level, and right now I just want to be double diamond faster I can. So this is my goal. If it's possible for me this year, I will really run for this. So, and I'm ready to pay the price with you to do the 90 days. So this webinar is almost finished. I don't know if you want to ask some questions. So if you want some of these slides, the first part of the presentation, I think, is already on the back office, is a new one. These slides I can send to you, everybody who needs. So you just need to contact me and I can send you this information. We have more, like I said, we have more details, but this is the basic. We are ready for the 90 days. All right, I'm ready too. I'm ready to go to Tirana again when it's necessary. So this is the part that I'm ready to pay the price, and I'm ready to do coffee meetings with you guys, if it's not cold in Tirana like the last time, because I get sick. So if you don't have questions, I think most of you have my contact. If you don't, I think you can ask someone that have, or I can type here. If you want this presentation, I can type here my email and you can ask, and I just send. Thank you for being here in the sunny day, at least here in Germany, sunny. I think my email is okay. And see you soon. No questions, right? So remember, this is one important thing for the ones that are not used to do this. These webinar rooms are really, really nice, because right now most of you probably are at home or the coffee or doing something. So imagine you can talk with 20 persons of more, and you are, you know, in your home, and they can be whatever they want to be. They can be also in a home because sometimes they cannot come to the meeting. Imagine at night because the wife say, "Oh no, when you go," and things like this, or girlfriends or something. So, you know, this is a tool. 10 years ago, we don't use too much these kind of things, but right now we also need to be uh, with the technology and put the technology working for us. So again, sorry for talking too much. See you guys soon. And think please about this 90 days or 60, whatever you want to do. Just do something and do it like, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna talk with everybody. Mothers, grandmothers, boyfriends, ex-boyfriends, whatever. See you guys soon. Thank you.